Downsizing Diva, and I'm here to say, feeling good, taking my GLP-1 one whole year, wiped away my fears. Done 60 pounds, but that's no all. I kept on going even through the storms. My A1C went down. I still have work to do. Just when you thought I was done, my high blood pressure went down too. Feeling good, taking my diabetes, weigh one less. I have a great story to tell. I'm on the road to lose 100 pounds. Can I do it in 2020? I guess I can. Downsizing Diva, and I'm here to say, feeling good, taking my GLP-1.
Hello, and welcome. Could you guys read my lips? I always say the same thing. Hello, who do we have in the chat? Jeez, Louise, we have Simply Taisha. How did you beat Lakeisha? She was the first one in here. Simply Taisha, she says, Happy Friday, Dee and Divalicious fam. We got Mighty Mel. How are you, Eminem? Mighty Mel, how are you? We have Jade. Oh, wait, Lakeisha. How are you, Lakeisha? We have JC. How are you? We have Doris. Doris Goody. How are you? We have the Downsizing Diva. I came in here. You know, I always go to the restroom at the last minute. I try to make sure I go one last time. We have Felicia Marie B. How are you? How are you? We have Linda's Journey. Wait a minute. I think I skipped down too much. Linda's Journey. How are you? We have DJ Meyer. Hey, DJ Meyer, how are you? We have Joe. Oh, hey, Joe. Joe. She says, Hi, Divalicious family. Hello. Look at the, your profile pic is adorable. Oh, we have Margie. How are you? How are you? And I think that's it. Everybody else is saying hello. If I skip somebody, charge it to my head, not my heart. I did not mean to. This thing kind of scrolls down. I'm scrolling. And then Mel, thank you for the reminder. Everybody hit the like button. Okay, so today, what are we talking about today? You know, before we start, I want to do some little housekeeping things here. Let's see. And my first housekeeping thing, I wanted to change the name of this game we're playing. But my first little thing here is to put up our title. We're talking about I lost the weight on a GLP-1, but dating still scares me. Now, if you are a married person that's in the chat or watching, you could give us some great advice or tell us, you know, if you were in a situation where you had to date again, what are some of the things that you would be looking for or would make you afraid? Because a lot of people are forced back into that dating world and they don't want to be. But yeah, I understand. Sometimes people don't like to talk about stuff because they're superstitious or stitches. Superstitious. What is it? Superstitious. Doesn't Stevie Wonder have a song called Very Superstitious? Lightings on the wall, whatever, writings on the wall. That reminds me of that. So yeah, so that's what we're talking about tonight. And you know, I was gonna just have it. Well, this is gonna be easy breezy, lemon squeezy. I was gonna not do like a topic and just maybe we'll do that next week. But then I thought, you know, when I first started talking about dating, I was looking at some old videos in my StreamYard. And I was like, you know, this was back in January. And how come I'm not dating in August, right? How come I'm not dating in August? And this was like more than 6 months later. So I started to think about that. And that's why it took me so long to put up a thumbnail and stuff, because I was like, really had to think about this. Like, why is that? And so I know for me, some of the reasons are fearful, being a fearful to just get back in there on the dating scene. And then some of the other things are, you know, just like, you know, having to meet somebody new and go through all of that. So those are the kind of things I'm going to share with you. So then that just led me to, you know, wonder like, what are other people's fears about being out on that dating scene? So I'm going to tell you like what the says, like Family Feud. And then we're going to talk And then, of course, I have a game, but I want to change the name of this game. And I'm changing the name of this game because um, uh, I just want to. I think it's a better name. And I forgot, I got this revolution to change the name of this game. Um, oh man, now I don't have the right emoji. Okay, well, you could just put either or. I can't do emojis in StreamYard. Um, Heck, I was like, oh, um, dang, I can't remember the name of the game. I was gonna change the name of the game, and I can't remember. It'll come back to me. This is like, geez, Louise. I wonder how much estrogen I still have left because my memory is it's here today and it's gone the next couple of seconds. How about that? Not even tomorrow. It's gone the next couple of seconds. I had this cool name to change it to, and now I can't remember. It'll come back to me. Um, uh, Hey, what was it? It rhymed, whatever it was. So I have to figure it out. All right. So real quick, I see people are making comments in the chat. Let me just remind you guys, I want to do this and I'll do it again at the end, but I want to remind you guys that tomorrow I am live with Allie from Fit Flavor Fun. I don't know if, I know a lot of us have the same subscribers or we're watching, some of the same things, but we are going live and we are spilling the GLP-1 tea. So I was thinking, what am I going to do with Allie? So she trusts me to, I guess, to, do my thing. So we're going to have a great time tomorrow. So I am looking forward to that. I'm excited about that. So it's Saturday, August 16th, right? That's tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. So it'll be 6 p.m. her time. I believe she's Central. And it's 7 p.m. my time. So I like to chat it up with folks. You guys know that. So I'm looking forward to that. Mel's so funny. Mel is in here talking about the menopause. I bet. I love it. Okay, so that is tomorrow. I think I'll put a reminder up sometime tomorrow. My daughter is going on she's going to a pool party tomorrow, so I'll have some time to relax. But we have a meeting. I have somewhere to be in the morning. And then when I come back, we'll get ready for her it's like a birthday pool thing. And so I have some time to just chill out before Allie. So I'm just going to chill out and do absolutely nothing. I have videos. I've recorded like 3 or 4 videos that I just haven't edited yet. And I don't think I'm going to do that tomorrow. I just don't feel like doing a thing. I started back to work, today. So, I'm not tired from it because the kids weren't there or anything. But yeah, it's just the hustle and bustle of thinking. Sometimes your brain thinking is a lot of work. So we were thinking today. So how about that? All right. So what are you guys saying in the chat? I don't think I saw anyone new come in. Let's see. Oh, yes, we have Empowered Wellness by Teddy D. How are you? He says, good evening, Dee Dee and company. We have Wanda Brown. Hey, she's here from NC, North Carolina. I'm guessing that's what that is. All right. Mel, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate that. Okay, Mel, let's give her a thank you. Birthday coming up. That had a birthday, and I haven't seen her in here, but I'm watching out for her. I'm watching to see if she comes in. Who else we Cookie with the dimples. Hello, hello. Did I say Doris? I think I did see Doris. Looking forward to tomorrow. Yeah, so you must watch Allie. Fit Flavor Fun is Allie. Let's see. Cookie is saying hello. Hello, Chelsea Wade, GLP-1 Journey. How are you? She's been going back and watching my videos, and I appreciate that. Once I catch up, I'm going to be back on these videos. I'm so, school's starting back, so I'm so kind of far behind, but I love to see that cute face. Look how pretty you are. I love that. All right, so let me tell you what the survey says, and then I'm going to tell you what the Downsizing Diva says, and then I got to think of that name for the game. Gabe, how are you? I'm glad you came back. So let me just tell you guys, I said we're going to do some housekeeping things, and then I can easily get myself off on a tangent, which I did. So what we're going to do is I'm going to tell you what the survey says, like, what people are fearing about getting back into the dating world, and we got some people that I can see in the chat like me that are getting out there. We want to stick our our toe in the water. Some of you might want to dive in the pool. I don't think I'm ready to dive in the pool. I just want to get my toe in the water. I got to get to that stage. So we're going to talk about what the survey says. We're going to talk about what you guys say, and then we're going to play a quick game. We're going to talk about our challenges. We're going to talk about our wins if you want to, and then we're out of here. So that's how the day is going to go, or should I say the night, And then, of course, if you're on here on a Friday night, come with a mocktail, cocktail, Holiday Inn. I said, if the dude starts acting up, then I'm going to say that other part. You guys know that song. So what am I drinking? I am sipping on some water, H2O, no electrolytes, nothing going on but the water, just the water. So I'm drinking water tonight. So what are you guys drinking? Let me know in the chat. What are you drinking? All these drinks always sound so good. You guys talk about, some concoction you have, and it's not even alcoholic, and it sounds so good. I'm not the drinker, so I really wouldn't know, beyond a margarita or a daiquiri, what things were. I don't indulge like that, but champagne. I would like champagne on a New Year's. How about that? Okay, so let's see. Ooh, hibiscus tea. You're not a fan. Oh, okay. All right, very good. Okay. And you said you were a trainer, so I was think of trainers. I know this is not true for everybody, but I think they probably wouldn't be drinking, right? They would be kind of more, drinking healthier stuff. But I probably got that all wrong. Dee Dee, I was singing "Rapper's Delight" in my video earlier, trying to. Yes, I love that. I love that. I'm gonna make up a rap for the Downsizing Diva community. I did create that song. I was gonna say, but that's not the rap. That's not a rap. But it came so fast. Everything rhymed. But I'm gonna make up a rap song for our Friday night, and that's what I'm gonna do. Remind me that I said that, somebody, because I'll probably forget. All right. Well, wait. I got to scroll down and see what Miss Linda is drinking. She is the authority on the drinks. We have made her the GLP-1 drinkologist. Element orange salt with fresh squeezed orange. Ooh, now that sounds good. That sounds good. Okay. All right. So, we have somebody drinking coffee. Chelsea says, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I love your videos. I am trying to catch up. Yes, I can tell. I appreciate you going back and watch it. Okay, I was going to ask this. I scrolled down too much. I'm sorry. I was going to ask this, Gabe. You said 2 weeks left until my doctor hopefully gives me the okay to start enjoying the club with y'all. That's right. That's okay. Well, if you don't even join the club, we want you to come and hang out with us. We love it. All right. Fingers crossed, Gabe. Yes. I just got some update about my medication today. I just thought of that. I'm going to have to talk about it on Sunday. A lot of shaking and rattling and shaking and rolling is going on with these GLP-1s. Geez, Louise. Let's see. Who else came? Somebody else came in. Okay, what are you guys drinking? Mel. Okay, wait. Gabe says he's drinking sweet tea, and we said Cookie was drinking her coffee and water. Water. I love that. LaCroix, is that how you pronounce it? LaCroix sparkling water and ABC. No, Mel, I couldn't handle that, but I do like the Element watermelon with the ACV. So that's how that's what I should have been drinking tonight, but I just didn't want to. I don't know why. I don't want to be going to the restroom. Let's see. I'm drinking yerba mate and burdock root iced tea. Oh, what does that taste like? I wonder. That's different. You say you don't drink alcohol. Okay, so we are related on that. Okay. I could have told you what Taisha was drinking. Let's see. So, hey, Bellflower, how are you? How are you? Did you catch what I said earlier? We're going to talk about the challenges and the wins. Yes. I'm going to talk about more of that on Sunday, on our Sunday live, so I can give you some big ups, Bellflower. Gabe, it will happen. Sending good vibes your way. Yes. I love that. He's saying thank you. Let's see. We need a Friday Night Live rap. Yes, I got to think of something. I was just thinking, what's Linda's? Yeah, I was thinking that too. Like, what is Linda drinking? I want to know. She's like the resident. We call her the drinkologist. You're drinking zero sugar raspberry tea. Ooh, so people out there watching, these are some good ideas. You're drinking Belly Welly. Oh, I've never heard of that. What is that, Chelsea? What is that? Belly Welly. Okay, we got somebody else drinking water. Nice herbal mate. Oh, yerba mate. Okay, autocorrect. Yeah, okay. Chelsea, yeah, I wonder what that is too. Oh gosh, we're learning something new about a drink. And where do you get it? Where do you get that? All right. So while Chelsea is telling us, hopefully, where about that drink and where she gets that, this is what the survey said, right? That people are saying about the fears about dating. And we got some single and ready to mingle. Chelsea, are you single and ready to mingle? Cookie, are you single and ready to mingle? Some of these ones I already know. Margie, I can't remember. Are you single and ready to mingle? Doris, Joe, I know is. Mel is. I am. Gabe, are you single and ready to mingle? Teddy, are you single and ready to mingle? Let's see. Who else was in here that I think that's not Wanda, Miss Wanda Brown. I love that name. It just works. Wanda, are you single and ready to mingle? Who else is in here? Who's single and ready to mingle? So DJ Meyer, are you single and ready to mingle? Okay, so the people that are single and ready to mingle, and if you're not single and ready to mingle, if you happen to be, or when you were back when you were single and ready to mingle, these are what people are saying their fears are. Their emotional fears. They say they are wondering, will anybody like me, just me, or would they are they just liking me for my new body? So I think you would probably know that if the same person probably didn't try to talk to you, and you've been around them, and then all of a sudden you slimming down and they're giving you more attention. Otherwise, how would you not know? But people are fear being valued only for their physical appearance and not anything else. So isn't that kind of like an oxymoron, right? At first you were, just kind of like, hey, people don't like me for how I look, and then when you look a certain way, it's like now you wonder if people like you for anything else other than your looks. Isn't that funny how you always want what you don't have? Will they find out I'm on the medication? Who else is worried about out there? Somebody finding out you're on the medication. And is that something you would share on the first date? I think we've talked about this before, but we have some different folks up in here. So I'm wondering, on a first date, are you going to tell this person that you're dating, will you say to them, I'm taking a GLP-1? I really would love to know that. I'm going to have to go back and answer. What if I saw the old me, people are thinking, and changed my mind? No, what if they saw the old you? So like, what if the person, you're dating this guy or girl, or, you're a person and you're dating, and then they see a picture of you like back in the old days when you were much heavier. People are worried about that. People are worried about what the reaction's going to be. And I think that's a natural thing to worry, but I think if you feel like the person doesn't like it, it's time to get the heave ho. You gotta go while the getting is good. Oh, I think wait a second. I remember what my game. Now I don't think this is it, but this will work. I remember what I was gonna call this game. Okay, um no, dag, that wasn't it. Jeez Louise. Um, um, no, that wasn't it. Jeez Louise. Okay, I might have to go back to my old name because I can't remember. Okay, WB, how are you? How are you? Thanks for coming in. Okay, what are you guys saying? So I told you it's a couple more things. They're also saying they're wondering, they're afraid if they regain the weight. So like, let's say right now I'm 70 pounds down. Let's say I put back on 30 pounds when I'm with this guy. Because a lot of times you do gain weight. Now I do gain weight when I'm in a dating, in a relationship, because we're going out. We're just, we're not being maybe as active as I would have been, or watching my weight as much. I'm just, we're eating or doing whatever. I always gain weight in relationships. Do you guys ever always gain weight? What is that about? I think they're trying to fatten me up. Okay, so Chelsea says she is married. Okay, very good, Chelsea. So what, you got to give us some advice or either tell us what you would be looking for. So let me see if she told us about that drink. Your water, you're about to drink some lemon balm tea. Ooh, that sounds tasty. Are you guys drinking this tea hot or cold, I wonder? Very healthy indeed, yes. Chelsea's married, single, and ready to mingle. All right, Margie. Yes, yes, yes. Too bad we don't live in the same city. We could be single and ready to mingle it together. Okay, so Doris is married, so we're looking for that good advice from you. Cookie, you're single and ready to pringle. You don't know about mingling. I love that. Oh, you're married 40 plus years. Jeez, Louise, you got to give us a lot of advice. I love that. Oh my goodness. Okay. So WV says, and no, ma'am, Pam, I would not tell them on my first date. You would not. Why, WV? Why? I want to know. You know what? It depended. I guess it depends on how the conversation is going. But as a general rule, I don't think I would say yes or no, I'm telling. Do you know what I'm saying? So people that are married, what if this, you just seeing your husband, meeting him, would you tell a man now in 2025 that you're taking a GLP-1? Simply Taisha says maybe it's a lack of confidence that some have when they're overweight. A lot of times their confidence comes out when they start losing weight. So maybe that is what the person is attracted to, that boost of confidence. Taisha, 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 we're going to give you some confetti because that was a word. I love that. Very smart thinking about that, in my opinion. Okay, so I love that. So you're right, because I do believe that too. And that's what I was saying last week. A lot of times when people lose weight, they say, and things go awry, or your friends sometimes say, oh, you changed. And you should change though, shouldn't you? Because you are going to get more confidence. Now, but I think people also change too. And sometimes that confidence can be intimidating to them. Sometimes that confidence can be off-putting to them. And sometimes like your upgraded swag can be unact, right? To some people, they don't like it. And so I do think you change, but I think also people around you change as well. And sometimes neither party wants to admit that. And if you're not admitting that, in friendships is a little different, but in a relationship, it's going to be the detriment probably of a relationship. If it's too far off the beaten trail. Uh, no, I'm not mentioning on the first date. You're not either. Joe, are you mentioning that on the first date? I'm married. I did meet my husband after you lost weight the first time. I will say the moment I cut some things out of my life, got my health and finance together, put me first is when I met him. Geez, Louise. So there is hope for us out there, right? So, and you sounds like you had yourself together, right? And you cut some, things out that wasn't working. And then that's when you were open, also probably open to someone to come in there and swoop you up. I love that. I love that. Let me give her some confetti. I love that. That's a word right there too. Very good. All right, so JC, that's what I'm trying to do, my friend. That's what I'm trying to do. Jeez, Louise. Let me see what else is on that. Do I have all the things covered on that list? Cut some things out, got your health together, your finances together, and you put yourself first. Okay, very good. I love that. All right, Chelsea says, if someone can't accept you for who you are, they don't deserve you. Yes, I agree. I really agree with that. I agree. And I think sometimes we want people to change. I'm not sure how others feel, but I wouldn't mind if a man had a before and an after. Okay. So what are you guys? And I wouldn't either. That would tell me that he is worked hard on himself to even have a before and after. So I think I would appreciate that. I would appreciate that. I never thought of it that way, Simply Taisha. Yes, that's a good way to think about it. And Simply Taisha, and I think that's one of the things we like about each other is that we are confident women, right? And when you are confident, I've gotten even more confidence. Now, I'm not confident in every single area of my whole life, right? There are some things that but for the most part, I am confident. And I think when you have confidence, that air of confidence, lots of things happen. And I think once you start to lose weight, you start feeling more confident about yourself, and you can go from there, right? And a lot of times women, when have you seen those movies when women get themselves together, they stop taking a lot of BS, and men too, and stop taking a lot of BS, and usually it's tied to their confidence and their self-esteem. And once they pick that self-esteem up, they're like, peace, I will see you never. I won't ever see you. They're out of there. So I love that. I love that. All right, JC says that's a mic drop. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my goodness. All right. Simply Taisha, we have a super sticker. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the super sticker. And thank you for that. So, I will say, let me scroll back up. I gotta go up to my place. I will say that it's hard out here dating in 2025. I remember dating, a couple years ago, and I felt like it was hard, but now I feel like it's even harder. And I think it's because the social media of it all. I think people are, even these dating coaches are telling you to meet folks online. And I think that also is a fear of mine, meeting people online. And then sometimes I'll turn on Netflix and they have this and they have these documentaries about people who got scammed, or people who thought they were talking to this person and they were talking to that person, or people who got hurt. So all of that stuff. And I just got to get that negativity out of my head. And so am I really ready if I'm thinking about all that? I don't know. So anybody else telling on the first date that I'm taking a GLP-1? Miss Toy Review. She says, I wouldn't tell a guy my last name on a first date, so I definitely wouldn't be telling someone about my medication. She said, I wouldn't be telling them about my medication. I love that. That's a good way to think about it. It's like you're revealing too much. It's like they tell you not to say too much about your past dating history when you're on the first date. So maybe that is too much to reveal, right? You gotta get him that. What are those papers called that you gotta sign? HIPAA. You're abiding by the HIPAA laws. Miss Toy the Review, I want to say while you're in here, I watched that video of yours. I talked about this the other day on my live. You weren't in there, but it didn't matter. I wasn't saying it because you were in there. I was just saying how I thought your video about being on maintenance and how you went on vacation. And I think you went on vacation for 7 weeks. And you were telling people like strategies because I think you had some kind of surgery or something going on, and you were telling people about how to still maintain and not to gain weight, and how you felt being off that medication for 7 weeks. I thought it was an excellent video. I thought you did an excellent job breaking it down. So hopefully people went over there and checked that video out. But this is the lady I was referring to, Miss Toy the Review. Yes, yes, yes. And have you started back to school? I started today, Miss Toy. All right. So Joe says, I'm the same Mel. I like the idea of transformation and putting the energy into it. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, that tells you, I think, and that goes for us too. We got to include ourselves. It's hard to compliment yourself sometimes, I know, but you got to think about how much fortitude and how much, discipline and motivation that it's taking us to lose weight and to, not give up when we don't. And the people that are maintaining to maintain and not say, hey, I lost what I wanted to lose. I'm going to do whatever I want to do. So I think all of that is, we got to give ourselves credit. So I'm going to give us some confetti for that, right? Because any kind of transformation, we all know that you put work into it, right? And who better to work on than your actual self? I love that for us. I really do. All right. So where did I leave off? I was talking about toy. Okay, we got the water. Geez, Louise, I just don't like how this scrolls down. Um, Okay, so, ooh, I like this comment. You say, JC, he stuck by my side during the weight gain and the steps back to health. I love that. I love that. Very good. We're going to give him some confetti. We're giving your husband some confetti. We love that. Very good. So, and that's what it is. Like, you're married, it's better and worse, rich or poor. They should say, if they say rich or poor, in good health and bad health, do they say that in good health and bad health? I think they already say that. So that would kind of go along with that, right? Let's see. Oh, you're drinking, oh, your tea is cold. Okay, I was wondering. Geez, Louise. Um, Toy, that's very true. She says, not on the first date. Okay, we're not saying on the first date. JC, what a blessing. Like I said, I think it depends on how the conversation is going. Assuming that I've never talked to this guy before, I'm not really revealing a whole lot. I think I want to do more listening, and then talking. And I'm one of those people, I don't like silence. Like, it just drives me insane. So I'll start chatting. But with in a dating situation, I can be kind of more reserved and held back. So, so I don't know. So I probably wouldn't reveal that, and I don't know how long it'd take him to get that out of me. But I'm not opposed to it, though. I'm not opposed to it if the conversation was going really well. Let's see. What are you guys saying? You said, she said, Mel said that's a blessing for JC. I would tell them, I mean, we have to go out to eat, and they may ask what you don't like to eat. Okay, all right. So have you guys ever heard those guys saying, though, that a woman goes out to eat and she'll order, like, a whole bunch of stuff that she wouldn't order if she was paying for it? So, and I always say I'm a cheap date because I don't eat lobster, I don't eat steak, I don't eat, what else is expensive? Anything, the expensive types of meats I don't eat. I just like shrimp, and I like salmon, and I guess is red snapper considered like orange roughy, those kind of fish. I'll eat those, but yeah, I'm not a big person who likes, like, you don't have to worry about me ordering the big, 1 pound lobster, however much you guys get. I don't know. But, so a lot of guys say that. So they might be saving money dating us GLP-1 ladies, right? Okay, excellent point. She says, Taisha, I wouldn't tell on my first date unless they told me they're on it first. Okay, so to see, that's something I was saying. It depends on how the conversation was going. And I think if they revealed it and you didn't, gosh, when that comes back around and you tell, and you know what I would say to that cookie? I would tell them, if they told me first and I didn't reveal it, I would say, well, I didn't know if this was going to work out. So that's why I didn't say anything. And so that would be my thing, and that would be the absolute truth. So, geez, Louise, so it's nice to have some different perspectives. I have to admit, I've got ex-boyfriends that still get in touch. I let them think I look the same. Amen, I did, but then so do they. And I remember you in that, looking like a vixen in that chef outfit when I interviewed you. Oh my gosh, you still a beauty. But I see what you're saying. So you're like, I told you. Who did I say it reminded me of? Did I say Jessica Rabbit? I can't remember who I said your picture reminded me of. But somebody who had that bam, like hourglass, kind of shapely, very shapely. I love that. So you just tell him, he asks you how you look, you say, just like you remember. Oh, she said, I love the super stickers. Okay, why would that matter? RX, that's you business. Okay, all right. Yes, yes, yes. I agree. I agree. It depends on how the conversation is going. NDA, non-disclosure. I love that. If you have done so, if you have not done so already, please like and subscribe. Thank you for the reminder. It is wrong that I'm worried all the single men my age might be serial killers. Yes, that's a real thing. Seems like there's a lot more serial killers these days, right? People wanting to, I shouldn't even be saying that word. People who want to, like, unalive a bunch of folks at one time. That is scary. You got to stay off Netflix, Joe. Or are you seeing this stuff on YouTube? based on your coaches, I was gonna say my couches. I was like couches. Based on my coach's advice, you should not divulge too much on the first date. It should be about determining if you're aligned and enjoying yourself. And so, tell us some of those things that should be, when you say aligned, what do you mean by that? Um, Thank you for the shout out. You are welcome. I start back to school on Monday. Okay, good, good. Okay, all right, very good. Well, have a great, great year. Love that. Mail to the bee. Excellent advice from the coach. Okay, all right. I'm just curious, would anyone feel the need to talk about any medication they're on? It sounds like an odd topic for a day. Yeah. Well, let me run it down. I'm taking high blood pressure. I'm just making stuff up because I don't know. Milk of magnesia. I know that's not a thing. I'm taking Miralax. I know these aren't prescriptions, right? Yeah, who says that? I guess the GLP-1. That's the thing about this weight loss. It's so visual, right? I think that's the thing. Only the people who are newly meeting you, they're not going to know what the vision looked like before today, like that day. But I think because weight loss is so visual and you have to eat out, you might be eating out in public. You don't necessarily have to take high blood pressure medicine in public. You could do all that behind closed doors, but you do have to eat. Maybe that's the thing. I don't know. I'm just thinking about it out loud here, Taisha. But yeah, and they do say until Nadia, that is so true. People do reveal too much on a date, and I've been there, done that. So I'm not trying to act like it's not me now. As I've gotten older, I've learned. Hopefully, when you get older, you get wiser. But I remember back in in my 40s, even I was spilling my beans, my guts out. Oh, okay, all right, that's too funny. Yeah, Ty, I guess if this conversation was going down a health road and folk were sharing their health ups and downs. Yeah. So that's what I was saying. I can see if um depending on how the conversation goes. That's just you can't predict that. But I think if I felt comfortable enough and maybe if he revealed, I would, but I wouldn't go in there with a agenda like I'm just going to be upfront and tell him everything I'm doing. No, I wouldn't do that. She said, Mel, I know that's right. I remember meeting a fella from online dating app. He turned up with 2 portions of uncooked fish coals or cas. He was expecting to come back to mine and cook up his protein. What, Joe? Now come on. And what you tell him? Heck to the gnaw. And you probably didn't use that but you know what I'm saying. Geez, Louise. Okay, okay. You guys are so funny. Well, once you identify your non-negotiable values, you find creative ways to understand, identify, they embody those values. You do that through the non-evasive conversation starters. Yes, yes, yes. That's a good thought to give us to think about. And we've talked about this on our channel before. Hey there, baby, it's Darium, and I lead with my diseases because I find metabolic dysfunction sexy. Let's compare comorbidity. Darium, do you want a second date? Do you want a second date? Probably. I skipped your comment. Thanks for all you do. Okay, let me go back up and find that comment. Mail to the bee. I did the coach's advice. Did I miss something besides that? And then Taisha's comment, let's see. Oh, okay. If you have to worry about him worrying about me ordering something expensive, he's he's probably not for the meal B. Oh my goodness. Okay, I skipped that. I didn't see that. If I have to worry about him worrying about me ordering something expensive, he's probably not the one for you. Yes, but that is a thing. That is a thing in the dating. Guys have this is from a guy. I've heard guys say this. That sometimes women don't. And I always feel like, it just depends on who you're with. Some women may be doing that, but I just think, if I order something, I probably could pay for it too. But I guess some women are like, I would never order a lobster if I was paying, but now that he's paying, I'm going to order a lobster. Have people ever experienced that before? Now let's not act like people don't try to run up your money though. I do think that's a real thing. Let's see, Darium. She says, dang, I'm getting good. Hey, Darium, come on in. Diatribe, the Dayton Diatribe. Oh my gosh, Darium. That's a great perspective at the MLB. Yes, and hopefully we can, weed these people out right away and let us know they're not for us. They also said, ooh, this is a good one. And maybe the married people can tell us this, Bellflower, Taisha, JC, Linda's Journey, WV is WV. I think WV says she was married too. Okay, it says people are wondering, like, how do I trust someone when I'm still learning to love myself? Now that's a question. How do you trust someone? Because if you're learning to love yourself, does that mean you don't really trust yourself? And so most of the time, these people who are probably feeling this way are still healing from past. And I don't want to overuse the word trauma because everybody says trauma, trauma, trauma. So let's just say experiences. And so I guess that's a real thing, And so to me, you wouldn't be someone who's ready to date. I would think. I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking. All right. What do you guys say to that? Your first date was Subway, and we each paid out. You paid for a sandwich. We don't eat out a lot. He's an amazing cook. Yes, I love that. I've had a lot of guys that cook too. I love a good cook. I will say that. And I could hold my own too. So, but yeah, that's a great question. How do you love when you're learning to love yourself? Yes. And aren't many people on this GLP-1 journey, Darian? We're learning to learn our love ourselves in our new bodies because a lot of times we felt beat up on or we were beat up on, when we when we gain weight, right? People were saying, maybe your family, I don't know if any of your friends would have the nerve to say this, but family members for sure might say, you need to lose weight. Hey, you're gaining weight. What's up with the weight gain? However people put it. And all of that just kind of chips away at your self-esteem. And then eventually, before you know it, you're in the situation where, your self-esteem is not as high as it used to be. So that is a great question. I'm going to trust until you give me a reason not to. Yes. And that's what I've been going by for so long. But what if he gives you a reason not to? Geez, Louise, so early on. In my younger version of myself, I would make excuses and ignore the red flags. But this time I'm stacking the red flags on top of each other, and they probably won't go that high because I'm not giving you very many red flags. Ooh, that's deep, Darium. I'm still not ready if I'm honest. Yes, that's what I was asking myself. Now, am I learning to love myself? I love myself. I don't think I'm learning to love myself. But I do think that trust at this age for me is like a hard thing. And people will say, when you say you have a hard time trusting, somebody's going to turn that back around on you and say, you don't trust yourself. And is that what it is? Do you guys think that is what it is? So if you're somebody who says, I don't trust, are you actually saying you don't trust yourself? And that was the question. That question, Darian re-asked the question. The question was, how do I trust someone when I'm still learning to love myself? And Darian is repeating that back and saying, that's a great question. I think that is. Gosh, geez Louise, that's like a thought-provoking question that I think you got to figure that out and maybe not be on the dating scene. It was more of me beating up on myself before. Okay, you were beating up on yourself before. Okay, all right. And how did you get over that hump, Taisha? In my humble opinion, I think that people see the world through their triggers. The best intentions can be misconstrued by someone who's distrustful. Yes, Darian, I'm gonna have to give you some confetti on that one. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's an awesome way to think about it. That is great. I'm going to read that again. I think people see the world through their triggers. I definitely agree with that 110%. The best intentions can be misconstrued by someone who's distrustful. So then that just tells me, Darian, that you're not ready to be out there dating, not you, but anybody in that situation, because I think when you're ready, you're going to be open to love. You're going to be open to the possibilities. and you're not going to be looking for a reason. Don't have you ever met the person that was looking for a reason not to like you or somebody or a guy or girl or a friend? Sometimes people are looking for a reason. If you're one of those people that is looking for a reason not to, find love, I don't think you're ready for it. And that's just in my opinion, my view, my opinion. Or do you love yourself when others say, "Oh, you are full of yourself now that you lost weight"? Oh, yes, yes, yes. You do love yourself. I don't think you're full of yourself. I think you're full of love for yourself. I think you got to be. It's kind of like how we tell, I tell parents, you got to be an advocate for your child. I would tell you, you got to be an advocate, not you or whoever you were talking about here. I would say you got to be an advocate for yourself, right? For your feelings, protect your heart, but not protecting it so much so like Darium is saying, you don't let somebody in and you lead with that trauma. Really, that's kind of what it is too. People are agreeing. If he gives me reason not too early on, bye-bye, bye. I love that. Yes. And we gotta start being okay with like letting go and moving on. And that's the thing. And even me, I'm saying this to myself. I say you have to deep talk with your partner and tell them where you are. There can be things y'all do together to work on loving yourself. Honesty, love language is a big one. Honestly, love language is a big one. Very good. Let me read that again. I'm going to give you some confetti on that. It's like those deep thoughts had me rereading it twice. I say you have deep talk with your partner and you tell them where you are. There can be things y'all do together to work on loving yourself. Honestly, love language is a big one. Yes. And I know so many people have talked about the love language. Who knows what their love language is? What is your love language? And I know it's specific categories of it. I want to say mine is definitely so love language is it what I want to receive or how I give love? How I receive love. Um I like an attentive person, somebody who's is attentive to my needs and wants. And I also like somebody who's thoughtful. And when I say thoughtful, it doesn't have to be like huge, big things. It can be little things. I can tell you one of the most thoughtful things I've ever had somebody do is, now I've had quite a bit, but this one kind of stuck with me because it was the first time I had somebody, ask me to meet them at the gas station. And I was like, the gas station? I'm thinking, we were out and about and I'm thinking, he's going to get snacks or I don't know. And he was like, go into, and he knew because I fill up my gas tank on Sundays usually, the beginning of, to start my work week. And so he was like, he filled up my gas tank and he would do that often. And I thought, and, now I have an SUV that takes kind of a lot of gas, but at that time when he was doing it, now it wasn't even that expensive. So your gas has gone up now that I'm thinking about it. This was maybe like not 5 years ago. This might have been 10 years ago because I don't think my daughter was born. This was uh, uh, this was probably 12 to 15 years ago. And yeah, so the guy would tell me to meet him up there and he would put gas in my car and he would do that often. Sometimes he would just be, stopping by, we talk, be looking, he look at my I'd be in my car and he'd sit, be looking in there and he'd see I didn't have any gas and he, be like, meet me at the gas station. So of course, after a while, I kind of knew what he was doing. But I thought to me, that is the sweetest thing. That's not super expensive. That's just a nice thought. And I remember this same guy went out of town and where I live, if you don't cut your grass, and my grass was growing like weeds because I was having a lawn care service, like, take care of it. And I remember I was out of town. And my dad was supposed to cut it, but he had to emergency go out of town. So he didn't get a chance to cut it. And so he rode by my street and he was like, oh my gosh, I saw your grass was high, And I was like, well, I'm going to get somebody to cut it. I'm going to call such and such, to get them to cut it. And so in the meantime, the city had put on my garage like a ticket, like they give you like a ticket. If you don't cut your grass by such and such time, then they're going to cut it and send you the bill. So anyway, when I got home, I was like, my grass is cut. I'm thinking my dad is back, but he didn't tell me he was coming back. Well, this guy was like, I know, Shay, how you like things. And he was like, I knew you would not want your grass looking like that. So he cut it. To me, that is so sweet. Now that ain't, I mean, I'm sure maybe it cost him, I don't know. He probably got his lawnmower. I don't know. But thoughtful things like that. So that's what I do. And I am a thoughtful person too. And it's not spending money. It's like thinking about somebody going the extra mile in thought. So I don't know what you call that, what love language that is, but that's mine. I like people that are thoughtful and attentive. Okay, all right. Ironically enough, the last guy I dated was all looks, Like one day I should show you a picture of him and cut his face off. He was all looks and all, I mean, when I say looks, I mean from head to toe. But he didn't do any of those things that I liked. It was all about the what do they call that? Aesthetics of it all, like how he looked. And so, he contacted me not too long ago, and I've learned not to answer my phone and get all tied back up. But so yeah, so I'm like evolving, because before, a couple years ago, I still would have like just been engaged with it, and now I'm like, nope, 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 nope. He's not meeting those things on my list, and I'm good. All right, what are you guys saying? Okay, wait. I saw the word zaddy. Wait a second. What is going on? What in the world did I miss? Okay. You have to allow yourself to hold on to your truths that you would have with any relationship. You also have to allow yourself to be vulnerable and give opportunities for potential to show up. Yes, yes, yes. And that's probably what I'm not doing either, JC. You hit the nail right on the head. That's right, Darian. I ain't got time for that. Remember that lady? Ain't nobody got time for that. That's like a song in my head. Simply Taisha says, I made lifestyle changes and worked on myself from the inside out. I've done a lot of inner work and still have a lot more to go. Very good. I like that. I like that. I like that you acknowledge how far you come, but then also you got work to do. And don't we all, don't we all? And even in marriages, aren't you still working on things, working on yourself, growing together? And I'm sure after 40 years, you guys just are in sync, because I know Miss Linda has been married for a long time. But when you're not in sync in a marriage, when it's early on, you're learning to get in sync. So I think that's excellent. Excellent, excellent. Question, says Jaren, for everyone. Do y'all think you attract people with the energy you're giving out? Absolutely. Yep, I really do. What do you guys think? Good question. You have to hold yourself accountable and be willing to work through your traumas. Yes, yes, yes. And it's so hard. So that's why I think you have to be open to some therapy and talking to somebody about it that has experience with how to work you through the trauma. And yeah, because some people have had severe trauma. And I do think, though, now they have this thing with online therapy, and I guess it could work. But I'm a fan of, I'm a fan of reading books and actual books, and not necessarily all online. I like the physical part of that. I like to be in person with the therapist, because I feel like when people can read you better, I think, in that type of a situation, when it's in person, unless you're one of those people. Now, I wouldn't if I was cutting off the camera every time I cried or every time I got emotional, that's what I mean by that. Because I think you can make genuine connections online, but sometimes when people are vulnerable, they cut off the camera, or sometimes people don't look a certain, they might get up and go off screen, so that the therapist is not going to get all that, right? They're picking up on not just what you're saying, but your verbal and your physical cues. And so that's what's missing, I think, sometimes in that online therapy. That's outstanding, Isha. You keep putting in that work, and now you're inspiring a community. I love that. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so Bellflower says yes and no. Okay, what do you mean yes and no? Mel says, I'm looking for a sugar zaddy, and I love to eat yummy home-cooked whole food meals. That said, if I got an inkling that a man was hyper-focused on if I want something from him, that would give me pause. Okay, all right, very good. And that the good thing about you, Mel, it's established women, is that you don't need that. That's like a bonus almost, right? But you know, you want somebody to come with some things going on, but it's like they should know that's not necessarily a need. Because I feel like you could provide that thing. But you know what I don't like? I will say this. This might not be popular, but I don't like when you have things going on and people say like, okay, so you know, like so if somebody was dating a girl and let's say she didn't have much going on, you know, she might have, you know, a job, maybe two jobs, and you know, and I won't say two jobs because that's making her more sympathetic, but let's just say, you know, she doesn't have a lot going on, like as far as money wise. And so, you know, that guy is going to maybe get her hair done, get her nails done, do things for her because she doesn't have necessarily may have it. So then somebody comes along like me, and you know, I've had guys in the past say, "Well, I would get your nails done for you, but you got it. You don't need it." Like, you know, so they say, and it's like, do it because you want to do it, not because you think I need it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I think you know, sometimes you know, if you're a successful woman, but people see that you are, they give you, you know, they say you don't need this and that. Well, I want to be treated like you would treat the average woman. I think that's still, you know, something that I would like for you to do. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you're going to do, you're going to do it. So, yeah. And then some guys who'll say, you know, like, oh, I only date women who are, you know, don't expect me to do anything, this, that, and the other. So it just depends. That's why you got to be equally yoked with somebody. So I can see, Mel, how, you know, it's a double-edged sword because some doesn't want to do a whole lot because he thinks you got it. And then sometimes he thinks that that's all you want from him is, you know, for you to be doing stuff. And that's, you know, not true either. Also, JC she says, oh, okay, enough on that. Also, I don't go into relationships trying to change people. It's one thing for people to grow individually and together over time, but don't look to change a red flag. Yes, and I think that's what so many of us do. We see the red flag and we think we're special and it's going to change. I really think that's what's going to happen. But I also think sometimes a red flag, people think I could deal with this, right? Now, I don't know what your red flags are. We're going to be talking about that in a minute. But I think sometimes people go in thinking, okay, it's a red flag, but I could do it. You know, I can work with this. And either you realize you can't or you know, you work with it. You know, it's either you can or not. So I don't think we all run when we see a red flag. Mine is worth the affirmation and physical touch. Okay, very good. Affirmation and physical touch. Cheers to the inner work. That's a very real thing. It is. It is. Mel B, can I be honest? You can't have as many sugar zaddies as you want. Zaddies. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be pampered, even if you are comfortable. Well, she just said she did really, that's not her thing. So you don't believe that, huh, Darian? JC, I agree. That's why it's important for your values to be aligned. If you figured out your non-negotiables values, it could save both parties a lot of stress and heartache. Yes, yes, yes. I agree with that. If words of affirmation and physical touch. Okay, very good. Very good. I love that. I think energy is a real thing. And yes, positive energy attracts to others. And that's my 2 cents. I agree. Energy is everything. I don't want a sugar zaddy. A zaddy will do. I don't think Darian believes you, Mel. Thank you. It's Darian Bellfire. I really appreciate that. Also, I've been a bit delayed in my typing because I was making myself something to eat and now I am eating. Okay. All right. Thank you, Taisha. Your love language is acts of service. Would that be what mine would be when I explain that, Bellflower? I've always been independent. That's a good thing and a bad thing because I know I don't need anyone and I'm fine by myself. That's why it's easy for me to say bye-bye. But okay, but don't you need a man for the physical touch of it all or a partner? That's what I'm saying. When people say, I think when we say we don't need a man, we always think about the financial, but I do need a man. And I think it's all the other things. It's not necessarily financial. It's all the other things. It's the physical touch. It's the intimacy. I can't get that. I'm not going to get that from not being in a relationship with someone. It's having that partnership. Like I do like that, having somebody to go places with and do things with. So I'm one of those people, independent as I might be, all the women that's independent, throw your hands up at me. I'm saying I do need a man. Now, I don't need a man to be paying my bills and all of that, but I need a man for what my girlfriends just cannot do. I'm just going to be honest and say that. I mean, geez, Louis. So to me, I do need a man. Now, does he have to come by Christmas wrapped up in a bow? It would be nice, but I'd be okay if he didn't. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, okay. I think that the independent is okay, but I think it's okay to say you do need that partnership, that quality time, physical touch, all of that. Uh, so true, Cookie. Independence, it can be a huge turnoff for some, but then we wouldn't want someone who didn't value our independence. Yes, now that's a fine line because I do want somebody to respect that. And I will say, Cookie, what bothers me when guys ask you where you are, where you've been, where you're going. And I know that's only because I'm so independent and used to doing my own thing and not answering to anybody. And so when I get out of a relationship, that's the first thing I enjoy. It's like not having people want to know where I'm at and what I'm doing. And I could just be sitting at home, but don't ask me what I'm doing. That just for some reason that just gets under my skin. Let's see. Okay, very good. It must be the season for exes to come out of the bushes. I had to ignore one who texted me out of the blue. Yes, they will do that. You ran across their mind. Do I ever run across your mind anytime? Isn't that Brian McKnight? I got the song all wrong, but I know he sang that. Acts of service and quality time. Very good. Taisha, yes to your earlier comment. You met your husband JC online. You were out of town for 6 weeks for work, so we could not meet immediately. We talked and got to know each other before meeting. I think that made a big difference. I do too. I love that. That's one of the things I love about online. And then, my last not my last, but maybe I should say this right. My last serious relationship, I would say, where I was just really just into him and all of that, we traveled back and forth. I loved having that out of town connection. Now, it's not, did I miss him being right here to do spur of the moment things or like last minute things, or, we had to really plan, and it was a lot of time in between, like, weeks or months before we saw each other out of town. But I did like the out of town. And I think that brought us closer. I think we talked a lot, because you got to keep the communication going because you don't see each other as much. So I love that. All right. So thank you for sharing that. Happy Friday. Look at you. Look at that profile pic. You're looking slim and trim. And I saw your before and after pics you showed on your channel. Anissa, very, very cute. Very cute. And you can see like you're slimming it down. I hope you can see it. Sometimes you can't see it. But I can see it. We can see it. Darium, do tell. What did your ex want? Probably seeing you in these YouTube streams. Gut. Now to the B. Jeez, Louise. People are saying hello, not looking. Lord, help us, help me. Yes, I go to therapy. You go to therapy once a week. And I know when I don't talk to her, even if it's good weeks, I look forward to talking to her and going through my week. Okay, very good. So you go to therapy once a week, and when you don't talk to her, even if it's good weeks, you look forward to talking to her and going through your week. Okay, very good. So somebody who is pro therapy, we love that. Let's give her some confetti. Very good. Now it's therapy for everybody. I'm not going to say that, but I do think it's very beneficial for a lot of folks if they would just be open to it. Let's see. JC, oh, it's Darium. I had a deep Southern accent and I had to push past it. Oh, he had a deep Southern accent. I'm not gonna. It's not been a perfect ride, but we worked together, and here we are. I love that. Very good. Shout out to you and your relationship. We love that. Very good. I love that. And, the reality of it is we know it's work, but it's worth it, right? All right. Mel B, I think I saw that already, or was that a different one? Oh, that was a different one. I think that was a different. Yes, thank you, Mel to the B. Okay, okay, very good. That's the beauty of a relationship. It's not perfect, but a work in progress that you're building together. Yes, yes, yes. You guys are so smart and intuitive. Jeez Louise. Chelsea, that is awesome. Great point. A project, a puzzle. Fix a man. Jeez Louise. It's a red flag if a guy won't pay for you to go to take plates home to your kids. He's just a cheap broke man. Oh no. No, no, no. Jeez Louise. Darium, you in trouble. The accent, I always get asked if I'm from Texas when I go on vacation. And aren't you from Texas? You are, aren't you, Cookie? Oh my goodness, I stay in trouble. You are in trouble in these YouTube streets. Okay, Chelsea saying thank you. I say I don't need a man. I want and need a man. Companionship, masculine energy and strength. Yes, me too. Yeah, so I think it's okay. I think, when you're saying you're so independent, I think we just gotta wean that in and say we bring that energy in that we want them in. Now, do we know we don't need them financially, but we need them for some of those other things. I agree with you on that, Dee Dee. I miss having someone to just be close to. I'm touchy-feely. Oh, we're gonna get that. We're gonna get it. It's Darium. I'm not sure if I were just dating, I would have the expectation to pay for something beyond that immediate meal. Just seems an odd request or expectation. Okay, all right. So, ladies, we don't like text what you doing messages. So wait, so ladies don't like the text what you're doing messages. Now I don't. Now, if somebody texted me what you're doing, that's different than somebody talking to me and saying where you're at, like kind of pinpoint where I'm at. Like I don't know, that just bothers me, and I have to think maybe that's like a trauma. Now, somebody text me and say, "What are you doing?" I'm okay with that, but I don't know. What are these ladies saying? My goodness, I've been out of the dating circus for so long. They now ask where you are, where you been, and where you're going. Yes, yes, they do. They do. Yes, Anissa, you're looking great. She is. That's for sure. Treasure, how are you? Look how beautiful you are. Look at those glasses. We're almost 20 with the glasses. Love it. Welcome. Cookie, it's interesting which states people hear the accent. And when I'm in the South, they think I'm from the North. Okay, okay. All right, here's a question. Was it the freedom of all with the long distance relationship, Dee Dee, that made it a good time? No, it was, I was looking forward to talking to him. We talked all the time. And you have to make that extra effort when it's long distance. And so I look forward to hearing from him, and I didn't see him. You know how they say absence makes the heart grow fonder? It really absolutely did. It really did. He was so attentive. He was an attentive guy, and I don't know if he was like that. I don't know how he would be every day or if we were, in the same space. But and he's just attentive. Maybe he could have, I don't know if you're with somebody every day, but I went to Paris and London with him. He was very attentive. He was just a very attentive guy. And I always say COVID broke us up. And he's one, you know what I'm saying? Like anytime I would have said before, a couple years back, if he were to, call me up or I would have called him up or see him, run into him, that I would be all about it because it was a great experience. But now I wouldn't, because one thing I realize now is I'm not moving. I don't want to move out of state. Now that's what I say now. A girl has a right to change her mind. That fine man come around, my man, my man, my man, I might say, I'm out of here. But I don't think so. I don't see myself moving out of Ohio. And so it's like, why would I even do that? That's one of the things on my list now. When I was younger, it was like easy breezy, lemon squeezy. And then before I was a mom, I could move and, I could go and move and go out of town and pick up and just go. And so, we were seeing each other and then we stopped and then we started seeing each other again around, and then it led into COVID. So yeah. So yeah. But anyway, I digress. I digress. Don't let me start calling him up. Let me start calling him up. Ah, too funny. So yes, people are saying hello to Treasure. Maybe some cute guy can buy me some gas. Joking. Yes, yes. Wasn't that a nice thing? I've had some thoughtful guys. I will say that, but this one guy was particularly thoughtful. He was, and that's the one. I think I told this story before, and he used to call me Miss Shay. Now, when I tell you, are you watching out there? When I tell you, when he called me Miss Shay, that would turn me right off. That would turn me right off. And people would say he just respects you so much. And I get that, but that's just not a turn on. Like calling me Miss Shay. No, I want to, it just was like, I felt like it was like a old kind of term, but I could tell he really did respect me. And so, he was a nice guy. It just wasn't the guy for me. He was a nice guy. Yeah, so that's it. So if guy does that, let me know because I haven't ever heard anybody say other than somebody maybe their husband. If they're a husband and a wife situation, I've heard people say they go get gas for the car, but I've never heard of anybody doing that, and I'm sure guys do it all the time. Just because I haven't heard of it, that doesn't mean they're not doing it. But that was really nice. That's the beauty of he would come and take my trash out at my house. He knew my trash day. I'm telling you, he was very, very attentive and very, very thoughtful, like doing thoughtful things, not just about, you guys, Anissa, I don't know if you were watching my channel then, but I talked about how this guy also, if this was the type, if I was saying I'm going out with my friends, he would be the one that would put the money in my mailbox and say, treat you and your friends out. He would text me, check your mailbox. Like I just think stuff like that is so cool. He would be like, check your mailbox. I checked my mailbox. It was money in there. He's like, buy you and your friends some drinks, buy some appetizers. So that sort of thing to me is really cute. That's not paying my rent. That's not going half on it. And that's not any of that. That's just sweet and thoughtful things. And I think sometimes guys, and I think he knew that. I think when you meet somebody who you think, has it kind of together, in your mind as a guy, sometimes that's like a hard hill to climb because the guys think I can't match that. I can't do enough for her. But I like the little things. Those little things matter to me because I'm going to pay my, mortgage, whether you're helping me or not. So that's not a thing. But, it's like the little things are what really matters to me. So my guy, if you're out there, it's the little things. It's not necessarily the big things. I was gonna say you don't have to come with the big cojones, but it would be nice. Geez, Louise, that's the beauty of a relationship. It's not perfect, but a work in progress that you're building together. All right, very good. So let's get to this game. But you guys have some great questions. Is it a red flag if a guy won't pay for you to go? Wait, is it a red flag if a guy won't pay for you to go places to take home? I think I read that right. So you're saying if he won't pay for you to go places to take food home to your kids, is he just a cheap broke man? I think I read that, and Cookie answered that, didn't she? Well, how did I get scrolled up like that? Jeez Louise. I read that. I read that. I read that. Okay. All right. I think I read this. I got thrown off, and then Treasure with that beautiful profile pic came rolling up in here. Okay, wait. People are saying hello to Treasure. I got scrolled all the way down. I don't know. Dee Dee be scared. No, no, no. I'm giving off that nice energy, right? I'm nice, I'm friendly, I'm funny, I'm that. But you know what? That's the thing. With a guy, I'm telling you, and some people who talk to me since they met me through YouTube, like, you're so nice, and I am. And they're like, oh, and it's been some red flags and things I needed to cut out, and I did not. But when with a guy, I'm telling you, no, I don't mince words, and I don't really put up with the shenanigans from a guy. I'm one of those people. I think women are the opposite. I think women give men a lot of grace and don't give the girlfriends grace. I give a female a lot of grace, but I don't necessarily give the guy a lot of grace. And so that's probably why I'm still single. If I switched that, I probably would be married. And so, but for some reason, it just drives me crazy. I think women are so hard on each other and they let the men walk all over them. And they put up with a lot of stuff a guy will dish out. Well, I'm not going to do that. And I've been told I date like a guy. I've been told, I'm probably going to be single because, I'm kind of hardcore. And I think it's because, I like to protect my heart. I've had my heart broken and I just that wasn't a good feeling for me. And so now when I'm seeing those red flags in a guy, it will turn me right off. It will turn me right off. Yeah, and then I also have like a confidence too. Like it's kind of like I think I probably give off the I don't need you vibe. And I need to stop doing that. I need to stop doing that because one thing about it is I'm headed toward retirement and I want to head into retirement with a husband. So I'm one of those people, I'm open to getting married. I kind of really want to set a good example for, my daughter and what she will have going on. And so I'm very open to all of that. But yeah, so yeah, I need some companionship. I want some companionship. And yeah, that's just what it is now. Hopefully he has the same love languages that I have going on. But I am looking at that list. Remember why we made that list here a couple weeks ago? Maybe it's been a month now. And that list, I'm sticking to that list. I'm checking it twice. I'm going to find out if he's naughty or nice. All right, mail to the B. What are you saying? Debbie is in the house. Jennifer. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh, my friends are up in here. Dee Dee, those glasses like you are beautiful, but they give it non-prescription. Mail to the B. These aren't the prescription ones. It's a little bit. I take that back. It's a little bit. It's not like those ones that I need, like to read my comments. You know how I said I laid in the bed and in the morning, that's my morning ritual. I do my little reflection. I get my little phone out and I start responding to comments. And if there's a morning I don't do that, it's because something is going on. Like I got something to do and I had to get right up, something like that. You guys are saying put on your glasses. Jeez, Louise. Okay, all right, let's see. Give these 53-year-old eyes, give them the benefit of the doubt. All right, Mel. Oh my goodness, you guys are funny. You guys tickle me. Okay, let's play a little bit of the game. Mr. Magoo. Who is Mr. Magoo? That reminds me of that guy who used to be with Timberland, the rapper. Put on your glasses, Dee Dee. Okay, did I miss a couple people? Let's see. We talked about the accent. I don't know. Am I missing folks? I'm scrolling. Okay. I don't think I missed comments. If I did, Mel will let me know. Mel is on it. Where you at behind that preposition? And you guys put what you doing. So I read it the correct way. I've been reading things the correct way. You guys, except for Cookies one, I did read that with how she typed it. But somebody said, our guys texting, where you at? What they say, whatever it was, I put the correct grammar on it. Downsizing Diva, not too much on that GPS tracking of me. No, I do not like that. That's like a pet peeve. Debbie. Okay, Debbie says, I have a great new therapist. No shame getting someone else's perspective. Yes, and let's give you some confetti because I love that. Chelsea also said she sees a therapist, and I love that. I think that's very good. Gosh, I want to tell you guys something that happened at work today, but I'm not going to. I said I wasn't going to talk about school and work until I retire. But maybe I'll kind of weave it in a different way. But yeah, it's something that kind of went along with this that I want to say and I want to share, but I'm going to hold it. I'm going to hold it. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Joe says, I like having not to answer yeah to anyone, coming and going as I please. I'm out of town again now. Just packed my bag and left. Yeah, that's the beauty of being able to just get up and go. The freedom is everything. It's everything. I thought Dee Dee was going to say it was a turn on. Jennifer, how are you? She says hi, Dee Dee, in chat. Okay, let's get this game going. You guys have a bunch of comments. I'm trying to scroll down. Exactly, Cookie answering no one, but you are missing out on being missed by the one. Yo, geez Louise. All right. Joe coming in with the word on the street. Geez Louise. Answering to no one, but you are missing out on being missed by the one. Okay. Oh my goodness. I love that. Wait, who is Mr. Magoo? Mel, this is me. Mel is so quick to say pick me. She calls somebody a pick me in a heartbeat. All right, who is Mr. Magoo? I'm thinking about the rapper. You might be thinking about, is that the little old lady with the cute chubby cheeks, Miss Magoo? Geez, you guys got me cracking up. It's the readers, but our lovely Dee Dee needs bifocals. Oh, I'm rocking those. If I had some bifocals, I'm rocking those babies out. I'm blinging them out. I'm putting on the rims. I'm putting all kind of what do you call those little diamonds? Cubic zirconia. I'm rocking those babies out. I need and want companionship with a quality guy. Yes, I'm not against marriage, but I'm not sure if I want to do it again. And that's understandable. That is understandable. Let's give you some confetti for sharing that. I appreciate that. That's very honest, right? And so, what are you unsure about if you want to share that? What makes you unsure? Any of the fears we talked about? I didn't even really go through all of them. You need to find a new therapist. My previous one left the practice. Okay, very good. I love that. Okay. Darium is in therapy. No wonder you have all these big words to share. What did you do to the therapist, dear? I stressed her out. I have a secret. I'm a lot to deal with. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, Mr. Magoo was a cartoon character who wore glasses. Oh, that's the guy. I know who that is. I am not that. Okay, let's play the game. Let's play the game. You guys are having me. I've got the giggles now. You guys are gonna have me giggling up a storm. Okay, so let me find, I cannot, geez, Louise. I was trying to have a different name for this game, so I'm going to think about what I said. And that's why I need to like have my little thing handy dandy. Oh, don't scare me like that. No, this is the game is not for kids, so you can't come in here and play that. Okay, let me see. Okay. So I'm going to have a statement, and I want you to tell me whether it's a red flag or a green light. Oh, Mel just sent me Mr. Magoo. He's so cute. I remember him now. I thought it was the old lady, but it was a man. It was a man. Okay, so we're gonna play red light, green light, red flag, green light. Okay. So I'm gonna say a statement, and I want you to tell me if this will be a red flag for you, or this would be a green light, like the go ahead, a red flag or a green light. Now, let's just say you got to make a choice, because male sometimes will say both. You can't say both. You got to pick one. Male, you got to be a pick me. So, and then you can also, I don't know if you guys have emojis, but if you have emojis, you can put the red flag emoji in there. You can put the green light. And then some of these we may want to discuss or not. Yes, I got it. I saw that. Very good. Thank you. That was so funny. I will just buy a boyfriend for a day, and if I ever get that desperate, I'm just gonna get free and excited to date myself. Well, yeah, but you have a situation that, is a tough one. So, yeah, I can see why you would think that for sure, Debbie. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, go out, guys, go get a drink, refresh up if you need to. I need a quick 10 seconds. Okay, my daughter, she posted up in here. She thought the game was like something she could play. No, baby girl, you can't play this game. Google him. Isn't he a cartoon character? Yes, 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 yes. Mail sent me. Let me show you the picture. I'll show you guys the picture. And you guys probably know. Maybe I'm the only one who doesn't know. Mr. Magoo. Mr. Magoo. Wait, where's his glasses though? I don't see his little glasses. Oh, he needs glasses. Is that the point? He needs them. Oh, he's so cute. I love it. I could draw him. I could draw cartoon characters. Oh, love it. Okay. All right. You said Debbie, bye boy. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. I love this for you, Debbie. Yes. I'm showing my age. Guys, Debbie's a content creator, so you want to go check out her channel. She talks about her story and her journey. Just she has a lot she can share. And she's also lost over 200 plus pounds. How about that? How about that? You guys know Joe, our other content creator in here, checking her out. Joe Slim and Sleep and Slim Down Journey. Joe's Sleep and Slim Down Journey. Joe has a unique thing going on over on her channel, and she's hilarious. I love that too. I'm showing my age. I remember watching that. Do you really? I remember the character, but I don't remember much about him other than I remember I thought he wore glasses and couldn't see. But I thought it was a lady. My girl said game. I know she was on it. Okay, so here's the first one. So, let me put this up. She says you have a whole new life. Yes. Anissa, I don't know if are you guys following Reset with Anissa? She's another content creator in here doing her thing. Yes, yes, yes. Go check her out. I'm trying to think, did I miss anybody? If I missed anybody, say something in the chat. Teddy is, but Teddy, I haven't heard from Teddy. But Teddy is Teddy Empowered. Let me go back and find his name. I don't like messing up people's channel names. Simply Taisha is up in here. Where is Teddy? I'll have to find him. Chelsea, do you have a channel, Chelsea Wade, GLP-1 Journey? I think you do. Oh gosh, my memory. I can't remember. I saw Teddy earlier. Empowered Wellness by Teddy. That's his page, though. Empowered Wellness by Teddy. All right, so yeah, Debbie has lost a ton of weight. She's lost a whole person. She could have actually lost two people, technically, with as much weight as she's lost. So you want some weight loss tips? You got to get over there and check her out. Okay, so here, remember. Okay, so let me put up the banner. This is what we're doing. So it's either a red flag or a green light. So if you have a red flag in your emojis, you could do that. If it's a green light, you put a green heart, right? That's because we're welcoming in the love, right? The love of it all. All right. And then I didn't want to do too red. I wanted to actually be able to easily see in the chat what you guys put. Okay, so this is red light, red flag, green light. So I'm going to give you something and let me know what you would do. So what if the person you are dating or even married to, maybe, they only compliment your weight loss, but never your personality? Is that a red flag or a green light? I love this. She says, woo. I'm saying child. Woo, child. I don't want to share space full time. At least that's how I feel right now. I know. I know. That's another thing too. Yes. All right. So that's what let me put this banner back up here. Red flag or green light, they only compliment your weight loss, but not your personality. I know a lot of women who are considered, nice looking ladies. They say they have a hard time with that sometimes with guys. Darium, I don't know what you put in there. What is that? A stop? Oh, that's a stop. Okay. Okay. Is that the red stoplight? I can't tell. Okay, so Simply Taisha. She said that's a red flag. Flag on the play. Male says flag. Let's see. Joe says flag. Cookie says flag. Darium, you got red, yellow, and green. So is that a red stop sign, Darium? Because no, I can see that. Jeez Louise. Hey, perfectly Pamela. She says that's a red flag on the plate. Red flag. Yes, yes, yes. Red flag. What is Debbie saying? She's saying thank you to Bellflower. Okay, Anissa is saying red flag on the play. All right, JC, you did a male to the B. Neither. I'm not, I know I'm not playing the game correctly. Okay, and to me, I think that's kind of a red flag because all things are about the physical part of you. And what if that, beauty fades? Remember, who knows what? Somebody put in the chat, and I know what it is. I just love when she says this. What did Judge Judy used to say to those women on her show? She would say beauty fades and something. What would she say? Does anybody know? Beauty fades, but this is forever. What was that thing that was forever? I hate to say that word. I might have to pronounce it. I mean, spell it out because I don't like using that word. But anybody know what Judge Judy used to say to women? Hey, Pamela, how are you? How are you? Yes, he said beauty face. I thought she said DUMB is forever, but it's the same difference. So I want him to be talking about something besides my beauty, though. I want him to be saying, like, you got a great personality, a nice smile, something, 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 something just ain't right. Okay, Miss Linda said that's a red flag. Absolutely. All right, so this is the second scenario. No, he didn't say this or she didn't say this. What if they say, you're pretty for your age? Is that a red flag or is that a green light? Let's go. You're pretty for your age. Jeez Louise. Has somebody ever said that to you? Let us know. Let us know. How rude. I say that all the time to my students. I'm like, how rude. My goodness. Oh, geez, Louise. Yes, Darium, that was it. Uh, uh, uh. Judge Judy is something else, isn't she? Taisha is calling a flag on the play. DJ, flag on the play. All right. Doris says that's a red flag. Darium, he'll take that. You're pretty for your age. Okay. Keisha said that's a red flag. Okay, thank you, Miss Linda. Perfectly Pamela says a flag on the play. Mel, flag on the play. Joe, flag. Brown Velvet. Brown Velvet. Welcome to the chat. She said going with green. Okay, the green people. So we have so many. So we have so many green. Okay, I mean red. So the green people, if you don't mind explaining why do you think that's a green light? And that's okay if you say I'm not telling, but why do you think that's a green light if they say you're pretty for your age? Um, Geez, did they have to add that for your age? Can they just stop at you're pretty and period? Because saying if it's for your age to me almost sounds like it's like an underhanded compliment for some reason. I feel like. Do you guys think that it's like an underhanded compliment? But it can be a compliment. It can be. I do get it. Um, when you're over 50 and you're looking good, thank you. But they don't say it like that. They're saying you're pretty for your age. I get what they're saying because I had people tell me that. Where was I at? Where was I? Oh, I can't tell you guys where I was at yet, but I was. I was talking to someone and I said, I'm 53, and they were like, 53 where? Now that's a compliment, right? I'll take that. 53 where? That's like saying, but if somebody says, and I say I'm 53, and you say you're pretty for 53, I don't know if I think that was a compliment. I'm not sure. Pat J. Oh, look at that beautiful pig. Oh, I love the colors. I love the colors. And Pat is Pat. I don't know. I was thinking I know actually one of my BFFs, her name is Patty. I call her Patty Duke. And so of course I want to associate Pat, but then I also have a good friend. His name is Patrick. So geez Louise, I don't know if you're a Patty or a Patrick or what, but either way, thank you for coming in and joining the chat. A green light because I am. Okay, all right, Cookie. I love that. Exactly, says Pamela. Okay, because folks still think I'm in my 30s, turning 50 this year. Oh my goodness. I love that. We gotta give you some confetti for you're turning 50. Geez, Louise, when is your birthday? Do I already have your birthday? I don't know if I have your birthday. But you gotta tell me when your birthday is. Okay, okay. All right, very good. Almost like you're pretty for a big girl. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, that's what it's given. Yeah, so it's like, so yeah. Yeah, so that's like saying normally big girls aren't pretty, but you are. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't think that's a compliment. It's given people are not pretty at that age, which is totally false. Yes, it's like an underhanded compliment. I think so too. That's how I'm looking at it. Anyway, okay, you said that's a red flag for you. That would be, yeah, that's what I think, a backhanded compliment. It's like saying you're pretty to be overweight as if overweight is unattractive. Cookie says, I'm going to give him the boot for I'm going to give him the BOTD for that benefit of the doubt. Okay, benefit of the doubt. That's so cute. And I'm laughing because I caught on so slow to that. I'm like, BOTD. Okay, the benefit. Oh, okay, I got it. Jeez, Louise. Remember this, the ladies from the Now, were they only in their 50s? Because I'm going to be honest, I thought they were older than that. They were only in their 50s? Late 50s? Okay, all right, all right. B. Author was in her 50s during that time? Okay, all right. And 60s. Okay, all right. Now that I can get with. Patricia. Okay, all right. And my BFF, her first name is Patricia. All right, how cool is that? All right. Happy 50th early birthday, Brown Velvet. Yes, yes, yes. I love that. Turning 50, 50 and fabulous. As bad as being told you have such a pretty face considering your weight. Yes. And who is saying that? Like, hush your mouth. Jeez Louise. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is not cool. So October, you're another October. It's a lot of Octobers. You got Brown Velvet. You got I want to say my girl Bev is in October. Twin my twin, Nicole. I didn't know what to call Nicole or Bellflower. I'm so all the names. She's in October. Jeez Louise, October is doing its thing. Jeez Louise. Okay. Oh, Brown Velvet. I'm October Libra and about to hit 50. Yes, we're cousin. I love it. I love it. I love that. Yeah, it's like I got three fabulous ladies in there having their birthday and turning 50. How about that? That is amazing. It's amazing how much you have in common with people. Okay, that was only the number two statement. How about this? Ooh, this is a good one. Now, I can't wait to see what you're gonna say. So what if they start giving you diet advice on the first date? Is that a red flag? Is that a flag on the plate? Or is that okay? That's a green light. Flag on the plate, or is it okay? Give it a green light. To me, if I brought it up, it depends on if they brought it up or if I brought it up. So, my daughter doesn't know this, but on her, she has an iPad. I don't know if it's like a tablet. I don't know if it's not an Apple one. But anyway, so I have it set to like parental guidance on there, like to go to certain things, she has to get my permission. So I'm just getting these notifications. She's trying to go in things. Yeah. See, your ears work really well when you're trying to listen in, but when I ask you something, you're like, huh? So
wait, you actually get notifications?
yes. So whatever you're trying to go in, that I'm giving you a red flag. You get a red flag on the plate. So it's a no, no, and a no. No to the no to the no. If you need my permission, you don't need to be in it. Okay, so what are you guys saying? Okay, you're saying red flag, red flag, red flag. Darium got a green heart. Okay, Darium. It's on my email. Red, we got another red flag. Okay. Am I way up way before? Because I remember Miss Linda said that before. Wait a minute. Wait. I went up too far. Sorry. Okay. Oh, Cookie came in. Cookie said goodbye. See ya later. All right, red flag. We got a red flag. Happy early birthday. And you got a lot of red flags. Let's see. Wait a second. I'm gonna come back up to this one, Debbie. Let me give you a let me star that so I don't forget. And she said, run. Pamela said, run, don't walk. Okay, geez, Louise. I never want Diane. Yeah. That's an excuse me. I'm headed to the ladies' room and out the back door. Oh my. You guys are not playing at all. I love it. You're not playing. Jeez, Louise. Okay, Darian, why did you put a green heart? If you don't mind telling us. If you mind, that's okay. Okay, so that was before for the other one. Okay, that's right. Sorry about that. All right, Miss Linda said that's a red flag. Okay, very good. And green light only if he's a personal trainer and I ask for his help. Okay, so that's a different context. Yes. Oh, even the personal trainer is saying big red flag. All right, so Gabe, this is the question. If you were dating someone and they started giving you diet advice on the first date, so you're really not dating them because it's the first date. So on your first date, they start telling you what to do and how to do it. Is that a red flag or is that a green light? And if it's a red flag, put a flag in there. If not, put a green heart. All right, this is interesting. Interesting. Okay, what about this? Now we know, I know what you guys are going to say, but I think people might do this, so I'm just going to read it anyway. I think this is too easy peasy. So this is the other scenario. They ghost you after finding out you're taking a GLP-1. And then they try to call you after, maybe you lost a little weight down the road, and then they try to get back together with you. Is that a red flag or a green light? Red light special all through the night. Isn't that TLC? The first date. Yeah, the first date. Okay, so you're saying to the other one, even with good intentions. Oh, Gabe, you think even with good intentions that diet advice is not good, huh? I love how you clarified that. You're like, let us know. Yes, on the first date. Oh, on hold on, wait a minute. Y'all, we're still in the Leo season. Simmer down. Now to the B. Jeez, Louise. And they're like taking over. We're taking over. That's a song too. Jeez, Louise. Okay, so Keisha's giving it a red flag. DJ Meyer. Oh my. You got 1,000 red flags. Okay, a red flag. Everybody's giving that a red flag. You know what? I give that a red flag because if you're gonna ghost me after I'm telling you I'm on a GLP-1, goodbye. See you later, or maybe not. Don't want to see you at all. Oh my goodness gracious, you guys, you guys are funny. I need a burgundy. Boy, bye. Yes, yes, yes. I love it. And don't resurrect ghosts from you don't resurrect ghosts from the grave. Debbie's giving it a bunch of red flags. You guys are like red flag, red flag. They ghosted me. There will be no first. Oh my goodness. Oh, Mel, they're not appreciating you. Talking about this is still Leo season. How about that? Mel says, I don't spin the block. Jeez, Louise. She says, I keep going. Red flag. Red flag. Hey, Esther, how are you? Uh, oh my goodness, my goodness. On to the next one. I am guilty of ghosting before it was a term. I just didn't keep the phone number. On to the next one. On to the next one. That's a Jay-Z rap song. Jeez, Louise. Okay, all right, very good. Okay, what about this one? Ew. Oh, Doris said a red flag. Okay, what about this one? Now I've heard people say this about their own friends and family. I don't know if your husbands have said this, but I've heard this comes up a lot in the GLP-1 community. What if they suggest you stop the medication now that you look fine? Is that a red flag? And have your husband said that to anybody in here? Like, you've lost enough weight, you look fine, don't take the GLP-1. No, we know you're not red flag. Well, you could red flag them. You might not agree with it, but it's no reason to get a divorce. I don't think. I don't know. But yeah. Okay, so Doris came in with that last red flag. Okay, so Gabe says, for some reason, this reminds me of a friend I knew who got denied by a girl he liked in high school until the next year when he lost weight. She wanted him, and he got his get back by denying her. Jeez Louise. Oh my goodness. I know that was a good feeling for him. Oh my goodness, great gracious. That reminds me of that Mike Jones song. Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. Oh, Gabe, we're gonna give your friend the confetti. Your friend said, oh, I'm not playing those games. Let's see. I'm gonna show you how it feels. All right. I'm not sure you have a bunch of ghosters in this chat. Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay. Did I ask for his advice? No. Red flags. I don't know. So, okay. So what don't you know about Anissa? What don't you know about? Okay. Gabe, wow. You recap what you saw. No, you reap what. Oh, wow, Gabe, you reap what you sow. Okay. Red flags on the play. Downsizing Diva. We know Mel. Her birthday is on the horizon. Yeah, so hopefully she'll be in here Sunday because we're gonna celebrate her on Sunday. Her birthday's on that actual Sunday. So hopefully we'll see her. Mel, you have to get on and we have to sing you a happy birthday, girl. Okay, DD girl. Okay, all right, very good. Okay, so we'll do a couple more. Oh, gosh, time goes by fast on these Friday night lives. Okay, Anissa says, I don't know if it's a red flag or close to a red flag. Okay, all right. What would make it, what would they have to say to make it a red flag, like an undeniable red flag? Progressive lenses are Shay, how are you? Hey, Dame Twin, how are you? Okay, that tickled me. You guys, somebody had me laughing, and it just has continued. Okay, we're gonna do two more. We're gonna talk about if you guys have any challenges, and then if you want to share some wins, and then we're out of here. All right, so my nose is starting to get stuffy. I don't know what's up. I'm sitting right under the air conditioning. I'm thinking that's what it is. Let's see. Okay, what about this one? Ooh, this one says they tell you would be perfect if you lost 10 more pounds. Jeez Louise, that's a red flag if ever I heard one. You would be perfect when you lose. No, you will be perfect when you lose 10 more pounds, or if you lose 10 more pounds. I'm doing an Anissa on that one. Boy, bye. Mel, happy early birthday. That's also your granddaughter's birthday, so you might not be in the chat. Okay, all right, thank you. Oh my goodness. Jeez, Louise, we love that. DJ Meyer. Okay, red flags, flags on the play. Flag, flag, flag. Bellflower says flag X. Goodbye. Boy, bye. It's a good term. That's absolutely, undoubtedly, without a doubt, a flag on all accounts. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Mel saying thank you for the early birthday. Oh, that's so cute. All right, so yeah, geez Louise, I think though people can sometimes say anything out of their mouths. So some of this stuff does not surprise me. Okay, let's do one more. Um, oh, no, people have also had this a lot on the GLP-1. And I know people have had this a lot. This reminds me of Pammy, Mounjaro Pammy. If you're out there, Pammy, this is reminds me of you, where she said people have been telling her she doesn't need to lose any more weight. So what if he says to you, you don't need to lose any more weight? Is that a red flag or is that a green light? You don't need to lose any more weight. Red flag. Dang, I missed a Good Friday. That's okay. Catch the replay. Hey, Doris coming in with the red flag. I'm sure for emotional drainage or damage. Look at me. Now, Mel, you're going to make me mess up every word now. I'd sue for emotional damage at that. Jeez Louise. A red flag, says Miss Linda. Everyone's saying hello to, people are saying hello to Shay. A red flag, red flag. Debbie got a multiple red flags. Okay, so Bellflower, you got a green and a flag. Can you explain? And then so does Gabe, depending on the reason. Green light, again, giving him the benefit of the doubt for that one. Okay, okay. And Doris said, no, 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 red, 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 red. Okay, so anybody want to explain? They have to give an explanation. Okay, says Margie. Okay, they have to give an explanation. They can't win, even saying you don't need to lose weight. Yes. So, but I know people have been saying, a lot of, especially some content creators, I've heard that people have said you don't need to lose any more weight. Is that offensive when people say that? Now, to me, somebody who's, still got a lot to lose, I can't even relate to that yet. But people who are at their goal weight or in maintenance, how do you feel about people saying you don't need to lose any more weight? And sometimes, you know how people now, you can see my little collarbones are starting to show, but my collarbones aren't, real noticeable yet. So when people really have that going on where you can see that, I know people have said people have told them they needed to gain weight or stop losing, and that kind of, would frustrate them. Obesity is a complex disease. The amount of weight I carry doesn't mean I don't have obesity. Okay, very good. That sounds like something from that conference you learned. I love that. That's a red flag, says Miss Linda. Depends on the context. Body dysmorphia is a thing, and we can get in a weird cycle once we're in maintenance. Okay, yeah, I can imagine that too. Very good. I'm sure they think they're being nice. Yes, I think people probably do think that. Debbie says, I'm getting a lot and I still have 30 more pounds to go. Oh, you're getting that a lot and you still have 30 more pounds to go. Jeez, Louise. So does that make you think like, are you second guessing your target or are you sticking with that 30 more? That's giving control and behavior. That's a way to look at it, Mel. It's coming from a health perspective. Okay. Yeah, that would make you think that. Now I got a new BOT. I'm gonna be saying BOTD. I was starting to say, you're giving him the benefit of the doubt because he likes my curves. I can't blame him. Oh my gosh. So you got a fresh perspective. I like that. Is this a new relationship? Let's say newer, I guess. But let's take it from, if it was new, which way would you be going? And if it was not, which way? Some people have fetishes for bigger people. So if that's for their own kinky benefit, then that's a red flag. If it's because someone is abusing the drug, then that's a green light. Okay, I see what so context matters. which in most things, context does matter. It's not nor anyone else to tell you to lose or not. Yes, it's not for anyone else. Okay, I get with that. Sometimes yes, Darium, and sometimes no. Party folk are saying it because partly folk are saying it because some are simply used to their bigger body. I got a crick in my neck. And they didn't know you in your thinner life. Yes, that's the truth. Very good. I was told you're so skinny. I need 30 more pounds to go. Geez, Louise, I remember Jen F talking about that a lot, how people say she's too thin. Sticking with my target. Okay, very good. I love that, how you're sticking to it. Debbie, I've heard it a couple times now too, and I still have 40 to go. Geez, Louise. If it's a new relationship, boy, bye. Bye. I love that. I love that. Cookie agreed. New relationships, no thanks. Yeah, yeah. I would say if someone's new, that's kind of like not appropriate to be saying that. I've gotten that comment, made me question myself for a host for a for a minute. It's something about tonight. But then I was like, nah, I'm healthy and I'm happy. Okay, very good. Very good. So it made you question yourself. I thank you for being honest. We're going to give you some confetti mail to the B. That was something honest to share, that you questioned yourself. And I can see how you would. Like, do I really need to keep losing weight? Do I look? Because you start wondering, do I look funny or something like that? Okay. All right. Very good. Well, we have some more. We'll save these for next week. We didn't get to half the questions. We didn't get to, and we got to half the game. So we still have half the game. So we'll finish that next week. And let's go to, because we're an hour and 54 minutes in. Let's go. Anybody having any struggles that we could support you with tonight? Any struggles? They're going to lose their minds when I have loose skin. Oh, geez, Louise. Wow, 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 wow. So it says rocket red countdown lift up. Okay, so they're describing what your emojis are. Isn't that funny how StreamYard does that? I might have to go. Let me see if I can go to YouTube and look at that. Miss Mimi. On Sunday. Her birthday's on Sunday. Okay. All right, little lady. Okay, I was trying to go to the YouTube comments to see that, Debbie. I'm like, why did they explain her emoji? That is like, yeah, geez, Louise, what's up with that, Debbie? I don't know if it's let me. I don't think it's gonna let me go in there and see it. I was trying to see the chat. Okay, so any struggles? I was giving people a minute to type if they had any. Okay, this is a great perspective. At Go, he may appreciate what he sees. I think he may think complimenting. You could take that both ways. Yes, you can. You can. Something about tonight. Every night, says man. And it's funny because I read the comments better when they're like, when people, I know what you anticipate saying than when you actually put what you say. I think that comes from working with kids. I'm used to seeing at my age, we still have the invented spellings, the phonetic awareness. So I'm used to seeing that. And so that's what that's about. Let's see. But my reading is up to par. It's on point. Food noise is real on the 7.5. You start 10 milligrams on Monday. Okay, very good. So you did titrate up. 10 was a good dose for me. It really was. So I'm hoping it'll be the same for you. And once that food noise is gets you, or the cravings or the appetite suppression, I think that's a clear sign for me and my body that it's time to go up. So right now, 12.5 is my friend because I'm still hanging in there. Let's see. Debbie, that's what I said to a friend who was told to stop losing. I said, they will be sick of you when you snatch it all up. Yes. And I saw a lady today who I know has been taking the medication. I'll share more about this story on Sunday on my my weekly review, but she doesn't look like she has hanging skin at all. But I saw her after work. She's walked around the playground circle today, and then I saw her walking up the side street. So she meant business. She was getting her walk in, and it's kind of warm here. So I was like, gee, it's not the hottest day, but it was hot. It was humid. You're 185 pounds now. Yay. So, I wanted to give you some confetti about the starting at 10 milligrams, titrating up. And I love that you're in Wonderland, like comfortably in Wonderland, like you're hanging out in Wonderland. I love that. Let's give you some confetti again. Very good. Go Shay. 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 Go Shay all day. Go Shay. Go Shay. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, all right. Anybody else? Let's see. Debbie's going to get snatched up. I love that for you, Debbie. I was told by a YouTube subscriber, YouTube makes me look 10 pounds heavier, but smaller in person from a subscriber I saw in the store. I wasn't at all offended at all. I've heard that camera adds weight. Yes, I really think it does too. Thank you, honey, but I don't need an assistant. Thank you. Okay. All right. I'm going to give you some confetti for that. I remember you putting that on one of my comments, Miss Linda, in the comment section of one of the posts. And I thought that was awesome. I mean, first of all, geez, Louise, let's give you some more confetti. You're like people noticed you from YouTube. How cool is that? So you're like a neighborhood celebrity, doing it and doing it and doing it well, doing it and doing it and doing it well, Miss Linda. I love that. And I do think the camera adds weight for sure. Okay, you're moving on up to 10 milligrams. Thanks for the laughs and all the great thoughts. Good night, DD and all. Thank you, DJ Meyer. Thank you for participating. I appreciate that. Have a great weekend. Come to watch me with Allie tomorrow if you are free. Tomorrow, I'm going to be on with Fit Flavor Fun. Allie over there on Fit Flavor Fun. JC started 5.0 on Wednesday and struggling to get that food in. I'm getting my protein, and I'm sure the med will balance itself out after a while. Okay, yes, yes, yes. Okay, very good. So let's give you some confetti. And I'm going to see. All right, very good, JC. So you said you started 5 and you're having a challenge with getting that food in. Okay, and you're getting your protein. Okay, and you know what? I was going to say, excuse me, when you start a new dose like that, it's a struggle at first to get the food in. It's difficult, I will admit. And then eventually the medication, I think once your body gets used to it, I think you'll be okay. All right, I think you'll be okay. So good job. Good for you. You're on 5.0. Okay, very good. All right, people are congratulating Shay. Okay, it should balance out. I think so too. Thanks, Mel. LOL, Diva. Doing the Shay dance. Yes, JC, it will. And 5 milligrams is a great dose for many people. It really is. Like something about that 5 is keeping that hope alive. I think you know what I think. This is my theory, and this is just allegedly. This is not. I don't know this to be true, and I haven't read this, but for some reason, I think they did something to that dose 5 so that you keep people on that medication. I do. It has that special sauce or something up in it because most people do well on 5. Now, most people I hear about, and I don't know most people, but I'm here. Most people do well on 5, and when they eventually titrated up, it wasn't because they were gaining; it was because they started getting the food noise or maybe the appetite wasn't as suppressed. So that has been, a really good, a really good dose for a lot of people. So I love that. All right. Round mound of Zepbound. I call him Mr. Zepbound. Hello. He says, hello all. Okay. So anybody else? So what are we celebrating besides, that it's the weekend? Anybody celebrating any non-scale victories? Any non-scale victories in here? This was a great live. I had a good time. I got my giggles in. We're 2 hours in. So I want to kind of get up and get moving in a minute here. Anybody celebrating Anything? You're on week 65. You're on week 65, cookie of 5 milligrams. I mean, that is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Very good. Now we have round mound of Zepbound in here. Do you know how long you stayed on 5? Do you know how long you stayed on that dose? As he was dropping that weight, going down. Right, while you guys are putting that in there and out a round mound, if you remember, Mr. Zetbaum, how long you stayed on dose 5, but I think you were moving up because you were newly in there and you were just kind of moving up. And a lot of us that started would depend on when you started. We didn't get the message to slow it down if you were still losing. We were just on that schedule, right, of going up, going up, going up. So I want to remind you guys to tune in on tomorrow. I am going to be on with Allie from Fit Flavor Fun. We're going to be on having some fun, right? Fit Flavor Fun, spilling that GLP-1 tea. That's tomorrow. If you're Central, she's Central, so it'll be 6 p.m. for her, but it'll be 7 p.m. for me. So come on and show up and show out. We're going to have some fun. I'm looking forward to it. To tag teaming with her. I enjoyed my tag team with Taisha as well. So yeah, just a little something to spice it up and do something different. Let's see. People are saying hello to Mr. Zetbaum. Okay. Oh, so your non-skill victory. Let me take this off. How do I get this off? Okay. So your non-skill victory is your rings fit again. Yes, we love that brown velvet. Very good. Okay, let's give her some confetti. What a good feeling. Let's give her some confetti. Let's give her some confetti. Let's give her some confetti. And I worry about that too. I worry about because my ring kind of turns around here. I worry about one of these days I'm going to have to be careful so that it's still, I mean, it slipped off there, but it's not like just so easy peasy yet. But I just I hope I don't lose this ring. So the first sign is too loose to stay. I'm getting rid of that baby for sure. Linda says, I understand your struggle. I take 5 milligrams. I've been on it 54 weeks and counting. The struggle is real. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So have you ever thought about, Miss Linda, going back down to 2.5 because you're struggling to eat, right? That's your thing, struggling to eat. You were on 5 for 4 weeks. Then you went back on it for 4 weeks when you started your maintenance. Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. 5. But I think 10 is your friend. That 10 milligram dose. Non-skill victory for you. You tracked your food every day this week so far. Every day. Yes. I love that. All right, Pamela, we're going to give you some confetti. Good job. I know that's not easy at all. Keeping track of those calories is not easy, and just what you're eating, your macros. But I do think now, Pamela, have you felt like it's made you more aware of what you're eating, how much you're eating? Have you found that? All right, my name twin, I'm in a size medium. That's a victory. You said you were still putting on extra large tops. Isn't that, those clothes that's what really gives me hope, the clothes and seeing how, clothes fit. Because sometimes my mind hasn't always caught up with my body. But I'm just thinking 75 pounds that I've lost, that's a lot of weight to lose, 75 pounds. And I don't know why I would think I could still wear a 2X. I just don't know why I would think that, but I think that. All right. I think that because in my mind, it's I still can fit it. And even though some things fit really big, some things just give me comfort, I think, too, and putting it on and having it feel bigger. I do like that in some of my clothes. So that's a real thing. Oh, geez, Louise. Let's see. Okay, wait, I scrolled up too much. I'm scrolling back down. I'm going back down. Okay. Let's see. All right. So, Shay, we're going to have to give her some confetti on that again. I just love that. I love the self-awareness that you got going on. Okay. Doris says, I still have hair shedding. Has anyone tried Force Factor Hair Accelerator? A doctor assistant told me it works great. I ordered it on Amazon. Fingers crossed, will it work? Or fingers crossed that it will work. I've never heard of that, but I'm glad you are trying something. You have to let us know how it works out for you. Yeah, and you think that is the hair shedding? Do you think it's tied to like menopause, women's issues, or do you think it's tied to the GLP-1 or any of that? It could be all of that. That's the thing. All right. Brown Velvet said, I sort of regret moving up from 5, but the food noise was creeping in. I didn't like 7.5. Now I've been on 10 for a couple of weeks. So, okay. And we'll see. Okay. So far, okay, but you will see. Geez, Louise, that is tough when you really like a dose, but you got that food noise creeping in. And remember, I said for me, and I've just my experience with talking with so many people, that's what gets people to go up on that dose. Now that we know you don't have to titrate up every 4 weeks, we know the protocol is more relaxed, right? And I just don't know that food noises. That's really what's keeping us, besides the appetite suppression, right? But that food noise is really what's keeping us going. And so when you lose that, you do kind of need to go up, in my opinion. But I'm not a doctor. Check with your doctor before you make any moves like that. But yeah, that's a real thing. Well, I hope you do well on 10. I did pretty well on 10. 10 was my friend. Thanks for sharing that. We're going to give you some confetti. We're wishing you great success because I think you said you have 40 more pounds to lose. So we're wishing you, maybe it'll take you through to those 40 pounds. Let's see. Perfectly Pamela, you're tracking twins. Yes, because Bellflower just started tracking. People are saying hello to Mr. Zetbaum, aka Charles. Shay says, gotta get used to the medium. Yeah, you do. It's like a mind trick. Like same thing for me. I'm wearing extra large tops and I'm like, geez, I'm used to wearing 2X. And I probably could, some things I could fit a large. But yeah. Belle said, Pamela, I'm going to say that your other non-scale victory is your body recomp. Loved your, and I don't know how to pronounce this, Iuga. That's what it is. Fashion show. Looking good, girl. Bravo. Yes. And Pamela is also a content creator. And people have been telling me about that video. I haven't got a chance to see it yet. So we got to check that out. Very good. And then Round Mound of Zetbaum, Mr. Zetbaum, I call him. He's also a content creator. And I think I talked about Debbie. Where did I scrolled down too far? I think I passed Round Mound of Zetbaum. Here he is. Okay. All right. Very good. So Pamela, that is a non-scale victory for you. Okay, you got to get used to that medium. Thank you. Mail pointing out people's non-scale victory. We love that. Pamela, we will be wearing that Yuga. I love it. Okay. Now, I don't know anything about that. Is that like Lululemon? Brown Velvet, you got this. Okay, very good. Pamela, after tracking for 67 weeks, I'm giving a go to not tracking. So far, so good. Okay, and after 67 weeks, that is, first of all, let me give you some confetti cookie. That is amazing. Amazing. Amazing that you tracked for that long. I love that. I'm up there with you. I'm a tracker too. And I think you might need a break, and it's okay to take a break. And if you find yourself out of sorts with not tracking, go back to it. Yes, definitely more aware. Okay, good. I was eating not the best with all the hassle of the move. So tracking made me think twice about some things. Very good. I love that for you. I love that. You figured that out and you're doing it. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. She's tracking and tracking and tracking it well. She's doing it and doing it and doing it well. She's tracking and tracking and tracking well. I love that. Very good. You'll motivate somebody else, Pamela, to track. Lord help Dee Dee. My name twin Diva is 12 medium, 12 milligrams, a good dose. It is so far, I love 10 though. It's just that I started to get like the appetite was less suppressed. I don't know if it was the food noise as much as it was like the cravings, which I don't know if that they're related and how they're related in any way, but I guess it's kind of a part of it. I was having some cravings. I was eating some of my daughter's snacks that I normally wouldn't even think about, look at, want, was interested in. So yeah, I had a lot of stuff going on with 10. So I love 10. So that's what made me move up to 12.5. And I do like 12.5. One of the things I will say is I had constipation all throughout my journey. And as I've gotten up in the doses, honestly, the constipation has become less and less. I don't know what that's about, but like on 12.5, I really barely need my Mago 7. And when I think I'm going to take my Mago 7, because if I don't go for 2 days, I usually take it, and I haven't needed to really take it. So I'm loving that with this 12.5. And I don't know if anybody else has had that experience, but that is mine. Congrats, Cookie. I'm looking forward to the day I can be that disciplined. I know. That is awesome. Cookie, that's some dedication. Impressive. Yes, yes, yes. It's Ayuga. 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 Oh, they are Lululemon dupes. Okay. Okay. Very good. Okay. You have to try that. I love my Lululemon and Athleta. Is that Athleta? What? Not sure about any other brands, but Pamela has me considering for sure. Okay, all right. Yeah, Lululemon. If you could be Lululemon, you're good. And be at a lower price point. I hope I can stay on 10 until I reach maintenance. Yes, I was wondering if that's what you were considering doing. But, to see how it goes. If not, that's okay. I'm getting sleepy over here. Guys, I started back to work today. Jeez Louise. Like a full day of like on the go. Mel B, try it out. It's affordable, very comfortable. I wear yoga pants all the time now, so I have stocked up. Okay, very good. Non-skill victory. Okay, Miss Linda, she went from a 2X to a size 8. It's hard to believe some days that it's looking back at me from the mirror. My husband will walk by and say, "Yes, it's really you. Looking good, Peaches." Oh, how sweet. Oh, I love that. Okay, let's give you some confetti. Good job. Isn't that a good feeling too, that somebody else is noticing it and is proud of you? And a 2X to an 8, what a testimony that is. A 2X to a size 8. Good for you, Miss Linda. You should feel so proud of yourself. I love my athleisure too, Nicole. Okay, very good, very good. All of my other activewear was way too big. Okay, all right. Yeah, and then when I buy stuff, I don't want to spend a lot of money, so I won't be buying Lululemon. And I don't need to. I just bought some stretch pants, like I don't know if you call them yoga pants from Torrid. And Torrid's on the expensive side, but it's quality, so I like that. But I'll try anything. Well, not anything, but I'll try that once. So maybe I'll give it a try with your code, Miss Pamela. Do you have a code for that? I'll try it with your code and I'll do that. Yes, ma'am. I like to be supportive. How about that? All right. So I'm gonna go get off of here, you guys. I am pretty tired. I had a long, very productive day, I will say. A very productive day. Of course, I enjoy you guys. This is an awesome group. Join me tomorrow for Allie. I will see you there. Be there or be square. And have a good night. Just got paid Friday night. The party's jumping. We're feeling fine. So I don't know if this was a payday for you guys, but geez Louise, Mel, I will see you on Sunday on the live. We're going to be celebrating your birthday, whether you're in there or not, because I know you might have things to do. So either way, we're going to be celebrating Mel to the B, our moderator extraordinaire. All right, thank you guys. Everybody have a good night. Good night, everyone. Don't forget forget to hit the like button on your way out. Thank you, Mel. Birthday girl, Leo season, and then that's okay. Those Libra ladies are coming in strong. Good night, everybody.
Downsizing,